I am failing at meditation. I'm bad at it. I can't do it. I hear this all the time, and I think that anyone can learn to meditate. What stands in the way are myths and misunderstandings about meditation, as well as not having the right pathway into meditation. Let me share and show you how. My name is Katja Cahoon. I'm a psychotherapist and yoga teacher. I'm making this video with a lot of compassion. For many years, I struggled so much with meditation. I understood why it was good, and I just couldn't do it. I was go, go, go. I needed constant stimulation and distraction, and I couldn't sit still for more than a few minutes, if that. I learned how to meditate, and it has been a game changer. I'd like to present 3 groups of people that have a hard time meditating and clear up some myths and misunderstandings that stand in the way of meditation or building a meditation practice, and show you how to begin a practice based on these things. First of all, why bother meditating? What's the point? Can't I just go to a spa or get a massage and feel relaxed that way? Well, meditation is about so much more than relaxation. Understanding that actually already helps with the meditation practice. So mindfulness is the ability to notice what is happening in the moment and to learn to be with what is. Why is that important? Well, if you live a life worth living, if you put yourself out there, if you fall in love, start a business, work on a career, start a family, have adventures, learn something new, any of those things, there will be pain. There will be disappointment, there will be loss, there will be grief, there might be stress and overwhelm, there might be frustration, there might be any range of unpleasant emotions. As C.S. Lewis says so beautifully, love anything and your heart will be wrung and possibly broken. Of course, you get all the beauty of life as well, the joy, the accomplishment, gratitude, pride, happiness, excitement, and all those wonderful things. The only way to avoid the pain is to numb yourself through alcohol, food, overworking, overexercising, to constantly distract yourself, or to basically live a life of unfettered hedonism. The other option is to develop a mindfulness practice in its true meaning. So the ability to be with what is, the pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral, which actually makes up a lot of life. Mindfulness helps you return to the present moment and to your body again and again and again. Why is that important? Well, life happens in the present moment. Yes, we can think back and relive a joyful experience, but we can only do that if we've actually experienced it in the first place. And yes, we can visualize a future outcome, and we need to be present for that as well. On the other side of this is rumination, which often comes with depression, or ruminating about the past. That is not being in the moment. Or anxiety, which is either about the future or the past, so that's not being in the moment, right? I'm just worried about some future outcome. I'm looping around that. And if you think about being present for something, you really need to be present in your body to feel the warmth of love or the expansion, the openness that happens when you move towards something, when you engage with someone, the tingling of excitement, the swelling that comes with pride, right? An accomplishment, the sense of, again, there's an opening, there's a presence in your body, the groundedness of being at ease or feeling relaxed, and relaxed in and of itself, your whole body is relaxed. And on the other hand, of course, when you're in an unpleasant emotional state, there is a lot of physical sensations as well in your stomach, your chest, your head, right? Tension. So if we're constantly checking out from the unpleasant because it is unpleasant, we actually also can't be fully present for the pleasant things that are happening in our life and our bodies around us. And a mindfulness practice, which helps you with that presence, is even more. It actually also helps you view these things and experience these things with compassion and kindness. Pure awareness can be kind of cold and even judgmental. So a true mindfulness practice is these two wings. Tara Brach talks a lot about this, who's a popular Western meditation teacher. There is the wing of awareness and the wing of compassion. A bird with one wing doesn't fly very well, but if you have both, then you can really ride out any storm, any difficult situation, and enjoy the fun stuff as well. Let's talk about 3 types of people that have a hard time with meditation. People with ADHD, especially untreated, people with trauma, including PTSD, and mobilizers. For this video, I'm going to focus on mobilizers, otherwise it would get too much. I will just say that people with ADHD can absolutely learn to meditate. I work with a lot of adult ADHD clients, and some of them have developed an amazing mindfulness practice. The risk with trauma is that the stillness of meditation, being in your body, focusing on your breath, can bring up traumatic memories or body sensations. So if you're feeling distress while meditating, please don't force yourself, and please check out this book here. The term mobilizer comes from Dr. Stephen Porges, who coined the polyvagal theory. So mobilizers respond to most difficult situations with, well, mobilization, action. Anxiety, all right, let's do something about it. Fear, let's move right in. Anger, all right, what can we do about it? Frustration, overwhelm, too much to do, let's move into it. Action, action, action. How can I solve it? Now, this is great, right? These people tend to be quite accomplished, successful, and, get a lot done. And they might also feel, at least at times, overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted from the constant action. Because this action takes a toll on the nervous system. You are basically in a sympathetic nervous system state, an activated nervous system state, a lot of the time. And that has long-term health consequences, both emotional and physical. And it's also tough if your only response option is action, right? Ideally, we want to have choice in how we respond, and we want to have multiple response actions. And that really is what mindfulness and meditation offers. It offers an alternative response, basically safety in stillness. Because for mobilizers, very often being still doesn't feel safe, doesn't feel comfortable. So let's look at some common myths and misunderstandings, as well as solutions and pathways for mobilizers into meditation. So the first myth I've already touched on. Meditation is about relaxation. It is a side outcome, but really meditation is about learning to be with what is. And that is a superpower, because if we can be with what is, nothing ultimately can touch us, because we know we can just ride it out, whatever it might be, pain, pleasure, difficulty, stress, overwhelm. And practicing that actually leads to a more profound sense of peace and ease than any spa experience can give you. And I love spa experiences. Myth number 2, my mind needs to be still in order to meditate. Well, no. Nobody has a still mind. Even the most famous meditation teachers talk about how their mind wanders. The point is the return. Every time you return to the present day, to your body, to the experience that is happening in the moment, you are mindful, you are present. And that again is really powerful. You build that muscle of being with what is. So trying to have a quiet mind will actually only leave you frustrated. And that's a challenge I see with a lot of people, that frustration, that trying and trying and trying. And that takes me to the next myth, the sense of perfectionism when it comes to meditation and mindfulness. I worked with this wonderful client who was practicing taking 10 mindful breaths. So he wanted to count in his mind, and he was so dedicated and really amazing. And it would take him forever, because every time he lost attention, he would begin again. Incredibly frustrating, right? So the point here is that you return. So maybe you get 3 breaths and your mind wanders. All right, come back, 4 breaths, 5 breaths. Mind wanders, okay, 6, 7. So that it's the practice of returning that matters. Myth number 4, I have to meditate for a long time. Sure, there are all these studies out there that say 10 minutes gives you such and such benefit and 30 minutes such and such benefit. What I say is start small, set yourself up for success. Start with 1 minute. Start with 1 minute and count your thoughts. That'll give you something to do, and it's incredibly insightful because either you'll have very few thoughts because you're paying attention, or you'll have a ton of them and you're beginning to see the thought patterns in your mind. And that is one of the powers of meditation, is that information about your patterns of thinking, because most of us have repetitive patterns of thinking. And awareness of that is power, because when you become aware of it, you can change it. Myth number 5, you will get immediate benefits. It's a little bit more like taking your vitamins, right? You don't notice it in the moment, but over time, you get the health benefits. And that's the same for meditation. What I have noticed over time, and now I can actually sit for 45 minutes. I didn't think that was ever possible for me. I am less reactive in my day-to-day life. I'm more at ease. I respond better. Just overall calmer and able to deal with difficult situations such as health issues. My mother was diagnosed with cancer, and I was really able to and am able to show up for that and be present without having to shut down. The other thing is I notice I can change faster. And that is actually a super cool outcome or benefit of meditation. It enhances neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity is the ability of our mind to change. And that is cool because, let's face it, in this world, in this day and age, change and being able to change and adapt is super important. So how do mobilizers start meditation? Well, first of all, start by understanding that you are a mobilizer and that makes meditation challenging. And understand that mobilization is safety and that really you're working on an alternative way of being with difficult, perhaps scary or overwhelming or any kind of unpleasant sensations, situations, emotions. Understand that it is really good to have this alternative response option, good for your nervous system, especially. And we want to protect our nervous system and with that our bodies so that we have time for the long distance race, not just the spurts. Start really small, like 1 minute. Anyone can sit for 1 minute. Set your timer, sit and notice what comes up. Understand that frustration, impatience, resistance is actually a very important aspect of building a meditation and mindfulness practice. If you can be with those emotions, even if for 30 seconds or a minute, you're building a super, super powerful muscle. Do something like a body scan or the RAIN meditation. I'll post a link. RAIN, the purpose of that guided meditation is to learn to be with difficult emotions. So it's actually very action-oriented. You're going to love that as a mobilizer. That's a powerful practice. And it helps you befriend your emotions and not resist what is, which is, again, a superpower. And whatever comes up, ask yourself, can I be with that? Can I be with that for 1 minute? Can I be with that for 5 minutes? Everything changes, even without action, especially when it comes to emotions. If we can ride the wave without going into rigidity or chaos, it actually does eventually pass. And that ability to ride the waves really is a superpower, and I think any mobilizer will like that idea. Let me know how it goes in the comments, and please like and subscribe. There'll be more videos about mindfulness, about befriending your emotions, mindful yoga every week. Thank you.